Thank you so much for having me here, allowing me to talk about RDM teaching for early career researchers. I want to start with some background data. In the linguistics data interest group, we have done a survey among linguists about open science research data management practices, and we have to some extent focused on archiving, and our data show that our respondents do know a lot about repositories in our field, and CLARIN are the repositories who gain the most attention. Still, we see in our data that many struggle with archiving. I guess it doesn't come as a surprise. And the reasons are quite different. The most important obstacle is how to organize data in a useful and presentable way. Second in our list is the sensitivity of the data, how to deal with that when archiving. And the third one is how to put a reuse license on data. We see also other kind of important challenges to archiving in our data. So first of all, that inside the home institution, that the infrastructure that researchers rely on is constantly changing, so people don't know where to go to get help to archive. For many, GDPR and the indigenous data sovereignty are not a hindrance, but it's something that they need to relate to, and also that in some cases ethics boards show perhaps too much strictness. In some cases, at least, researchers feel that it's hard to discuss this as open as possible, as close as necessary with the ethics board that approve the projects. And finally, a final challenge is that many experience protectionist collaborators and colleagues, so that people don't want to share data. So not that many in our responder group have received training, but what is important is that we see the most people would like to have training when it comes to research data management, and we see among our first stagers, so the PhD candidates, they all would like to have training or more training on research data management. And we think that it's not a question about, so why we see this low uptake of archiving practices. We don't think it's a question of lacking services. It might perhaps be more a lack of communication inside institution or misalignment of services, so that we provide the services that aren't the ones that we should provide. Again, known possibilities that there is a lack of incentives, a lack of time, and perhaps also that the researchers don't identify themselves in the training that is offered. So there is training, but they don't see themselves in there. So perhaps that the one size doesn't fit everyone, and that any training should meet the needs that we see across the different subdisciplines and the data types that are in the discipline. So that the researchers, if they want to spend time, the precious time on teaching, that they actually see it relevant and applicable to the current research project. When thinking about teaching research data management to especially early career researchers, we think it's important that we collaborate between the RDM expertise and the research communities, especially perhaps the mentors, the senior researchers who have experience and who are possibly also supervising the PhD candidates. And also that we try to organize our training locally. I read this nice paper the other day from last year where Dobrin, she's talking about the department as kind of a central place, because she says, and I really liked it, it's kind of the formative social space where the values of a disciplinary culture are acquired. So that we try to focus our training inside the department, but kind of helping each other. And by saving time, reusing existing teaching material, which has already been brought up here. And that leads me to the interdisciplinary teaching material that has been created in the course of a EU-funded project that was labeled DocEnhance, that focused on transferable skills and employability of early career researchers. This course, it covers the entire research data management lifecycle, and it's designed to meet the needs of PhD candidates across all disciplines and data types. And it combines kind of the theoretical knowledge with practical exercises and real-world applications. And so the course is composed of 3 different modules. The first one is an online MOOC, which focuses on theory and best practices in research data management, so taking the participants through kind of the life cycle of research data management. And then we have the second module, which is kind of a week-longish in-person workshop with focus on collaborative activities. So students come together and work intensively many hours each day on research data management related problems. And then our third module is actually a practical application of knowledge through placement with local businesses or public sector employers. So that is like the final part of the whole thing. And we have kept it very, well, the content itself, it's interdisciplinary and we have a very practical focus. So we kind of, while they should be useful to their discipline and their project that they're working on, it should also make them better equipped for what comes after, so that they can actually reuse their data management knowledge in new situations after their PhD. And one purpose of data stewardship of the course, ever since the beginning, has been to be able to reuse it in new contexts. This has been kind of the goal from the very beginning of the project. And all the material that has been created is openly available with a CC BY license. And we have worked very much on making it flexible and user-friendly. So we have a lot of teacher guides, so both on kind of the course level, but also on session level and on activity level, allowing teachers who want to reuse material to kind of adapt it to the situation. So we wanted to make it very flexible so that people can adjust it to the target group, which can be different career stages, levels of knowledge, well, different subdisciplines, data types, what time we have available, and preferences. So just I wanted to pitch an idea. So the course is at present used by several different European universities in an interdisciplinary context, and we have also entered a collaboration with UCLO, so this European University Alliance, who are working on making kind of a version for global health context. In the Research Data Alliance group that I'm working with, so the linguistics data group, we are now focusing on how we can kind of work on educational material to, well, help linguists who want to become better at research data management. So one idea is, of course, to use this material to kind of lay the ground for those who want to, well, use it locally. So I wanted just to pitch the idea that if anyone in the CLARIN group would like to have a look at it and perhaps see if there is interest in kind of building on it to make something that is more directed towards the linguistics community, We are very much open to, well, I say we, but I guess the two other people in my group agree that this is something that we could work on together. Making something that kind of take into account the diversity of the data types inside linguistics. So with that pitch, I would like to say thank you.